Guys, how's it going everyone? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome on back to a brand new episode of Customs for LEGO Incredibles, the video game. And we are, of course, continuing our custom series for the Spider-Man characters. And I wanted to go on ahead and first and foremost, thank you guys so very much for taking the time to, of course, hit that like button. And more importantly than even just that, your amazing support on the customs has been tremendous. Like on the, I think it was the last episode of customs that I uploaded, I saw Skymic go on ahead and mention that all of these customs have been terrific so far. So that is really, really awesome. And honestly, all of your awesome compliments and comments go a long way. So thank you guys so very much for that. Of course, you are always more than free to go on ahead and provide some constructive criticism as well. So I'm looking forward to reading that as well in the comment section below. And with all that in mind, here we go, guys. The reason why I've just breathed such a huge sigh is because the next two characters that we're building for our Spider-Man lineup, which, by the way, we've done really well so far. We've got Parker, Spidey, Shocker, Rhino, Sandman, Kingpin, Green Goblin, Vulture, and, of course, today we're going to add two more onto that list. So the two that we're adding today are going to be both quite difficult, or, I mean, again, in a positive way, and kind of from a perspective of, hey, positive thinking, and you know, like, hey, staying all cool and stuff like that. I really should try to go on ahead and focus on the fact that it's gonna be easy, but I'm not gonna lie. Kraven the Hunter and, more importantly, Venom are both going to be very, very difficult characters to put together. That in mind, let us begin. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go on ahead and select the hairstyle. So let's see if they have the actual hairpiece that they have used for him before. I think they do, because I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it. Is that it? Nope. Even though that one might work, actually. Let's see. So this is the hairstyle that they usually use for Kraven, is this one right here. Like I remember in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, that's the one that they used for him. So we can go on ahead and try that. Let's see if they have, I don't even know if there is a goatee face. If there is a goatee face, then that's what we're gonna use. Okay, perfect. Hey, not bad. I mean, that's already pretty good. I always wonder, why is it that whenever I go into some of these customs, I get really nervous and I get really, really panicky to the point where I'm like, oh gosh, this is not going to work. It's going to turn out terrible, blah, 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 blah. And then once I start building the character, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that went well. Oh, that's well. Oh. And then it just kind of sort of comes together and I'm like, oh, okay. That was not as difficult as I thought. And that's the case so far with Kraven the Hunter. So that is definitely terrific. All right, so from there, let's go on ahead and see. Oh man, I was hoping there would be some sort of an item that we could do or use to create that fur that he typically has around his neck. And unfortunately, there isn't one. So we're going to need to simply, I guess, get rid of that. I'm trying to think if there's a clever way we could do that. Maybe if we painted this kind of... what color is that fur usually? It's kind of like yellowish beige, no? I guess that's not the worst idea, honestly, I've ever had. I mean, the fact that I'm even attempting this is pretty ridiculous. But you know what? I actually think it might work, especially from the front like that. We might be able to pull that off. So we're going to try it. Why not? What do we have to lose, right? So let's go on ahead and change that up. For the legs, I'd like to go with brown, because usually that's what he'll wear, is some sort of like brown-ish pants. Is there really no regular like brown? Huh. Whoa. Okay. Awkward. That is actually pretty awkward. I did not know that... Like, there, you see, that's brown for Screech right there. Alright, let's see what the legs can provide us with. Again, obviously... Oh, you see, there is the brown here, though. That's so strange. I wonder why it wasn't... Did I just, like, completely ignore that on the hips? No, it's just not there. Wow, that's so weird. Seriously, like, that's the closest they have to a brown here. Wow, that is really, really bizarre. I wonder why that is. I could have sworn that the colors, as far as, like, for the custom pieces, the ones that can be recolored all have the same color wheel. So, that's really weird. I wonder why that is. Must be some sort of a technical reason, I would imagine. Because outside of that, I have no idea why they would limit something like that, because it's like, if you can color the legs that way, why not color the hips that way, right? So maybe there's some sort of a technical reasoning behind that. All right, so I don't really see anything else that is kind of a leopard print or something like that. I guess we could rock these ones because it kind of looks like boots and everything, so that sort of could work. So let's see what we could find for the torso, and then we'll go from there. So ideally we want something that is kind of a vest and just an exposed chest below, because you know Kraven is super duper epic like that. We could maybe make that work. Let's see. Is there anything else that even somewhat resembles the outfit of Kraven the Hunter? That doesn't really work. Yikes. Yoicks! I mean, I guess that could resemble Kraven the Hunter. Just full on, no outfit below, kind of a six-pack going on somewhat, right? There you go. That would be the look, right? Oh, gosh. Okay. We could go with this for the print, but I think that would make him look kind of funny, honestly. So I'm not particularly thinking that that's a good option, to be quite honest. So instead, I wonder if we could maybe pick this one, honestly. I almost feel like that one might be the best, just because it gives us a little bit of a cool pattern. And since the legs don't have a cool pattern on them, I think that we're going to go with this. So there we go. All right. So as far as abilities are concerned, I think we're just going to give him... I was going to give him strength, but then when I think about it, I'm like, maybe give him something that has... yeah, none of these would really make sense. Like, you could maybe use this kind of, but then the issue with it is that it actually looks like superpowers, which Kraven is basically just a really good hunter. So because of that, let's just give him that. I think that's most fitting. Okay, ladies and gents. So the one character that I thought would be difficult turned out not to be so difficult, but of course, going into this, I was well aware of the fact that there's going to be another character that is going to be way, 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 way more difficult than Kraven, and that is Venom. Now, just like with Green Goblin, Venom is one of those characters that I've avoided and tried to ignore, but you guys have wanted to see it, so I'm going to try my best to try to get a decent-looking Venom character done. I'm giving you guys a warning that this is probably going to turn out bad. As much as, again, I'm usually, you know, a glass full kind of guy and trying to focus on the good things. This is going to be insanely, insanely difficult. So we're going to try it, and we're going to see what comes of this. But just again, a heads up, this will most likely turn out quite poorly. So we could use something like that, maybe. Because I think that's probably the closest we're going to get as far as a black and white costume. We could use that one maybe, but honestly, I feel like this one works better because it's got the visor. Now, let's take a look at the helmets, because we could, in theory, use something like this, like a black helmet, and the yellow visor is almost like Venom's head. So we could use that. That's not the worst idea I've ever had. We could also use this, which kind of honestly might work. It's got the white and the black, which is what Venom is known for, right? Luckily, the arms and the legs and the hands and the hips don't need to be changed at all. So we just need to change the torso and we're going to be done, kind of. We just need to pick something that at least somewhat could look like Venom, you know, or at least make the character kind of be like, hey, well, it kind of sort of looks like a Venom design. We could go with this too, to give us kind of the larger eyes that you would typically see on Venom. Could go with that. I'm honestly leaning either towards this, towards no helmet. Man, I wish I was live streaming right now because you guys could help me decide. I don't know why I actually really like the idea of the football helmet, especially because Flash Thompson, of course, becomes Agent Venom at some point, and so it kind of is a, you know, tip of the cap that way. I'm getting super nerdy right now, but still. You know what? I'm gonna try. Oh man, I can't though, because I feel like you guys are not gonna be big fans of that one. So it's like, it's almost, we go with this, but I feel like that's too simplistic. We'll go with that. Okay, you know what? Let's try this. Even though I was thinking of maybe using that for Mysterio. Yeah, you know what? We're going to save that helmet for Mysterio because I don't want to overuse things over and over again. And we're going to try the helmeted look for Venom here. Okay, so torso time. That's the most important, crucial part here. So we need a torso that is black and has a big giant spider type design on the center. There's obviously nothing exactly like that. So we're going to need to improvise like we usually do. So let's begin. That's probably going to be the closest. So we'll see if there's anything closer than that to a Venom outfit. But so far, that is definitely the closest look we're going to have. I guess we could do kind of a leather jacket look. Kind of... Ooh! That could work, actually. Right? We might be able to use that. So that might be the way to go here. And if we wanted to go with the leather look, we could also go with that. You know what? I think I'm going to go with this one here. I think that's the way to go here. And, of course, the rest of the character, pretty simple. All black, so it's pretty easy. There's no, like, any super-duper attention to detail that you need to provide here. Could give him grapple hook. Just to pretend that it's, like, spider webs, right? So, it's okay. It's going to be too obvious. So let's go with strength as well. Okay. So, there it is. Again, I am well aware of the fact that Venom was not going to turn out well, and I said he wouldn't turn out well because there's just so many limitations in the game, and there's so little that I could do as far as recoloring of the faces and stuff like that, that because of that, I'm very, very, very limited as to just how much of a unique character design I can put together. So either way, we're going to go on ahead and take a look at both of those characters here in just one moment. But in addition to that, I wanted to go on ahead and ask you guys, of course, whom would you like to see built and assembled on the next episode of Customs, which, oddly enough, is going to be the finale of the Spider-Man Customs. So there's 2 more characters that we can create. There was a couple of people that, oddly enough, I was laughing about this because I did not expect that. A few of you guys chose to build Aunt May. Like, there was more comments about Aunt May than there were comments about J. Jonah Jameson, which is the character I thought many people would pick. But what I will say is right now, I can already tell you guys that one of those 2 characters is going to be Mysterio, because a lot of you guys have wanted to see Mysterio. And again, Mysterio, Kraven, and Venom were the most popular choices. So today, of course, we took care of 2 out of those 3. And then tomorrow, you're going to see the assembly of Mysterio plus another character of your choosing. So down in the comment section below, let me know which character that should be. I'm going to go on ahead and take that into consideration. And then after that, you can expect a showcase featuring all 12 of the characters that we have put together. So with that in mind, speaking of the characters we've put together, let's go on ahead and take a look at said characters. So here's Kraven, which, by the way, again, from the front, because you don't see the, I guess, tanker on the back, it actually does somewhat work. So I do really, really like the way that we managed to build Kraven there. And of course, if we could have given him a spear or something like that, that would have made that character look that much more legitimate. And then Venom right here, who again, I think turned out much better than I even thought it would, just because, again, such a character, it's such a unique design and such a unique look that it's very difficult to create when most of the pieces that you're using are quite generic. So because of that, I was actually very, very, very pleasantly surprised by the fact that we managed to build Venom decently well in Lego Incredibles. Thank you guys so very much for watching today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which of the 2 designs you like best. Probably Kraven, if I had to guess. Thank you guys so very much for checking out another episode of Customs. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. See you laters, alligators.